Welcome to the Here For You podcast. I'm Matthew Timler, and this is
Zach, sure.
Who's Always Sure.
Always.
Today, we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to talk about how we're basically the kings of the universe.
Well, the trades at least.
Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much the universe.
Yeah, that's true.
We're dang close. So, in my opinion, and I believe Zach's as well, we're the best trade. Prove us wrong. We can pretty much do all of your jobs. Have to learn them all. I'm pretty sure that I know how to use a paintbrush.
Oh, that was a low blow. You went right for the one.
Pretty sure I have to learn how to bend pipe. So plumbers,
Yeah.
pitch, big deal. Tell me what the pitch is. I can calculate it.
Shit goes downhill, right?
Yeah, this podcast is going downhill now.
Poop goes downhill. It's not hard to figure out.
Carpenters, yeah. Congrats. You know how to use a tape measure. So good for you.
I've used a nail gun.
Yeah. It's pretty easy. What's the criteria? I don't even think they have to graduate high school.
No, they don't.
Yeah. 2 + 2. It's definitely 3. Yeah, I did that on purpose. I was pretending to be a carpenter.
No,
Yeah.
I got that.
So,
I figured that one out.
So besides trashing the other trades right now, like why are we the king of the trades?
Man, I'm getting shy now. I don't want to trash out. We're just gonna get torn apart. Like, I didn't have enough beers for this. Yeah, no, I mean, I think it came about because it's like I've done every other trade's job.
Yeah.
I've had to do it, but yet they can't even wire their own outlets. They're like, oh, I need an outlet. Dude,
I'm too scared.
I need another sub panel over here.
Yeah. Oh, the lights aren't on. They can't do it themselves. Like they always come to us and I just go, lights on. And like, we're always there from the beginning to the end. Like we're there with the excavators
Oh, yeah.
and we're there for the finish work. And
Yeah.
like you said, if there's some paint that's wrong around our outlets, we're required to repaint it. Drywall is messed up. We got to go patch it.
Drywall, roofing. We've done, oh, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Spotted cow, too.
Not supposed to show that.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Not yet.
Working on that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I reference plumbing and I really feel like we have to learn the vast majority of everything plumbers do as far as pipe bending and radiuses go. Like, and we have to be neat about it. I don't get to just do this real quick.
Yeah.
90.
I mean, I don't know all their codes and on everything,
No.
but I can plumb.
Yeah.
I can thread pipe.
Oh, that's a pipe fitter. You're getting
yeah. Now I'm making the big. I gotta get the pearls on my steam fitter jackets. So pearl buttons and.
I mean, what other industry has the technology that we do? Like their hand tools. Yeah, that's because of us. All their electric tools.
Oh yeah.
If we didn't exist, you wouldn't have that shit.
There's like nothing that doesn't need an electrician nowadays.
Yeah. Like,
You have to be an electrician to work on a car.
mm-hmm.
Toilets.
Yeah,
Toilets nowadays. We're getting calls like at least once a month. It's like, yeah, I bought a new smart toilet. Can you come wire it up for me? And it's like, what the heck?
Who's like our biggest servant? Like if we're the kings of the trades, like who's like the people that have to go do the most for us? I've been giving drywallers shit, but like they probably have to go do the most for us.
Just because they fuck up all the time.
Dude, it's like they send a guy around with a putty knife and just slap it all in our boxes.
Rotos, yeah. Whoops.
Yeah, and then we get blamed. Oh,
Yeah.
our mud.
Oh yeah,
wasn't-
your recep's not flat. Well, because the hole's too big.
Yeah.
I tell them guys, I would rather scrape extra mud out of the boxes than have to get my putty knife out and put some more in there, and then I gotta wait for it to dry. Then you gotta paint it.
I don't know. You were not at one job that we had. They filled them.
I had one where it was wet like a week later.
I'm like not kidding you.
Like
there were
filled.
some boxes they filled and like finished it with the wall.
Oh yeah, and they don't even cut them out half the time either. You drywallers, get with the program. Do you not see the big bump in the wall?
Yeah, that's the worst. When you're like, oh, I've literally walked in a room one time and I didn't see any outlets. And I was like, how did you think that this was like,
You just forgot?
yeah,
like you cut them out all the time, and then you're just like, today
whole
you forgot
room-
that's part of your job? Like, I don't know.
Or actually, there's a funny video that I saw of they were talking about like how all of the trades are like, you're fucked. Like everybody's so stupid. And it was the garage door guy who came in and he walked over to the wall and like next to the wall, he's like, you'd think that I would see a wire here sticking out for my garage door openers.
Oh,
But
yeah, I saw that.
nope, there's no garage door opener wire here. He's like, so there was the first mess up. And then he walks inside into the bathroom. And he's like,
Yeah.
Then the next guy thought it'd be a good idea to pull the wire through in the bathroom where the mirror goes. That's where we messed up number 2. And then he's like, number 3 is the electrician decided to install my buttons in the bathroom right where the mirror goes. He's not an actual electrician, whoever did that. Like he's not part of the King's group.
Yeah, there's a lot of fake electricians out there. They wannabes. We got how many wannabe carpenters are there? You're either a carpenter or you're not, but the wannabe electricians, they're dime a dozen.
Yeah, I mean, so you had referenced it like a little bit before. We have to like learn about so many different things. Like to be a well-rounded electrician, we have to know things all the way from like residential to like the different code integrations inside of a hospital facility and even like nuclear power plants. Like plumbers, you don't get to hang out in nuclear power plants. Like I haven't either.
I bet you they do.
For what? Like the exterior of them for the drainage?
All the cooling and
I
stuff.
guess maybe.
But that's only because, they don't let. Never mind. No, but like you said, well-rounded. Do you have to? No. I mean, you can be an electrician and just pull Romex every day. But if you want to, I mean, on a single job alone, we're only halfway through it. I've already had to weld, do concrete, run the excavator, so heavy machine operator, framing, because we got to get support to put our boxes where they need to be, roofing, flooring, drywall. Actually, yeah, that job we put the drywall up because I wasn't waiting and I wanted to get those boxes on the wall.
Yeah, that's like I love how it's crazy because like there's always that expectation. Like the framers are supposed to put up the fire treated plywood for our panels, and they're like, "Oh, we want 10 power on right now." And it's like, why don't the framers have it up? We'll just put it up. If you're smart enough, you're an electrician, you can get it done. Like it's always on us. Or if we're sitting there, like even insulation, like there's a job where the insulators didn't want to be there. So we have to stick up the insulation behind our panels so that we can get the adequate spacing to mount our gear. Like we're always required to do everybody else's job because everybody needs us all of the time.
Yep. And that's like, full scope project, but like then you get down to, and at least at this company, we do as much turnkey as we can, but like, somebody wants to add a bath fan. Well, guess what? I'm HVAC because I'm running ductwork now and it goes through the roof. So I'm putting cutting a roof vent in there,
Yeah. And we like actually take the time and have to learn how to do that. Like, it's not like we're just cutting in the roof and being like, oh yeah, we're going to slap this on top of the shingles. Like we learn what sort of sealants to use. We know that there has to be the overlap. Like we have to go learn your guys' jobs to be able to do it so that we can just get our job done.
Yeah.
I seriously feel like we do touch every trade.
And we do, because it's like, you mentioned like, hey, can we get this? And they're like too busy for that. Well, now you're making me not work, and I'm not going to be a whiner. I'll just, screw it. I'll do it. But like,
honestly, this brings to light, like, it should be the least of my concerns to have to clean up my mess. You guys can do it. I did your job.
I want to do it once. There was an awesome video of a guy where they're like electrician. He's skirt, throws wire, throws it on the ground, kicks the door open and leaves. Just left a huge mess. It'd be
I
fun.
can't stand. I literally carry a
yeah.
box with me like everywhere.
The
because-
clutter.
Yeah.
I can't either.
I hate having to go to the same place like 3 times. Like if I'm stripping out the wires, I'm just gonna like throw it in a box. I do not want to come back there. Even when I'm like cutting holes, like in wood.
See, I'm not for that because then like trying to hit that box, like devicing.
Dude, I have stripping down to a T.
It depends.
Madden was giving me shit because I stripped out wire. Like I was helping him yesterday, and I apply pressure with my thumb to like catch it, and then I stuck it in my sweatshirt.
Oh yeah, I
pocket.
do that. Like,
but
if I'm doing like a whole room and there's not even floor installed yet, then I'll just grab the leaf blower after and it's still clean it up. But yeah, you catch it with your finger, and
I think we're the only trade that like we're actually physically required to learn all the other trades. Like I don't think a plumber is. I don't
Right.
think a drywaller definitely is. They barely know how to put screws in. They miss half of them.
yep. And they read their tape measures. 14-2. Two what? 2 lines. Two little lines. 14-6. I've heard them do that. They just
know they
call
do.
out,
No,
like,
no, no,
They
I
just
totally
they
know.
just 6 lines. What do the lines mean? I don't know. Yeah, there's not a damn thing that doesn't need electricity nowadays. Smart everything's.
But yeah, I mean, even the houses themselves are like becoming deeply integrated and with technology. That's literally what I was doing the other day with Madden, was installing smart switches. So in the house, and those have come a long ways. I mean, even like temp lights, everybody's always up our butt. Like, oh, hey, we just tore everything down. Like, we want temp lights now. Like, dude, you just got out of that room. Or like, they sometimes expect us to like move them for them. It's like, oh, we want temp lights here. Oh, we created an obstacle. Now we need you to create more light.
I'm normally pretty on top of it because I
Yeah.
like to see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like we need you. We need you.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we get,
Maybe that
get
is
a
why-
complex from having to always like suck up to the electricians. Like, oh, what would we do without them?
Yeah, I don't think that anything would get done on the job site without us.
No.
Ever. Like, people would be crying about not being able to see. People would be crying about not having heat. That's my favorite one. Like,
Yeah.
it's not the HVAC guy's responsibility. It's always our fault. They bring in, all they do is set the freaking heaters inside, and they're like, go get the power to everything for them. Like, we're the ones who actually really bring the heat.
Oh yeah.
They get all the credit because they just bloop, drop it in there. We have to get everything to it. Hell, you'll even hand us a thermostat and be like, oh, can you wear this first too? I hate that. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
And then they get all the credit. All of it.
Well, HVAC guys. I give you credit. You know enough to be dangerous, but how many times were they like, oh, it doesn't have power, and I get there and I'm like, the fuck it doesn't. There's power. Did you even take out a meter? The light wasn't on, so you figured there's no power to it. There's power there. Then I start digging through your circuit boards and finding, oh, I'm blowing fuse, But that's after the power's already been delivered to the furnace, so they should be able to figure that out. But I can count it 2 times I've had to do an HVAC job.
Yeah. I mean, they have to mess with a bunch of electrical components.
They do. So they're okay. They're like,
well, that's if you get a good one.
they're like the sidekicks, some of them. The
Or
little
Batman, they're Robin.
Yeah. Wish you could be as cool as you someday, Batman. That'll never happen.
Oh.
Who did we not rip on yet? Flooring guys?
Insulators. But I mean, like,
They can have that. I don't want that.
Yeah, I don't want it either.
Just be itchy all day.
I feel like that's where like tradespeople go to die. You're like, oh yeah, it's not on my way out.
I feel like that's you take
just
that
giving
job
up.
because you already burned all your other options. Like you're stuck
That's
with it
what I'll
now.
say.
Like, man, nobody will hire me. I guess I'm stuck doing shoveling coal or putting in insulation.
Like IT, they go run like network cables and stuff.
Don't even get me started on those guys. They're like wannabes.
They're not wannabes. They're like helpless. I don't know.
That's actually the perfect word.
I mean, yeah, he's not here. Our IT guy's not here. He normally is, but
Help! I
he'll
need an outlet.
don't let him see that part until like Friday at 2 when this comes out. That then he'll be like, oh, cool.
I mean, you're totally right though.
but
It's like their circuit boards in their
They're
heads
like,
start frying.
I need a pipe. I need you to pull the. We have to run the pipe for him and pull the wire for him. And then at that point, I'm like, I'm gonna terminate it too, and I'm gonna test it, and then I don't know.
Yeah, then
Fire
they plug
alarms.
It in. They plug it in.
Fire alarm guys.
I mean, we tend to do a lot of that. So pipe fitters really don't have it that difficult. I think the most complicated thing they have to think about is which way or like what obstruction do I have before I thread this in. That's it. I don't really know what else they got to worry about.
How much Blue Monster to throw on the threads, and what if their welding rods are wet or not.
I guess, yeah, actually. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, those guys got it kind of easy. Just put your mask down. They could be like sleeping under there. Just
What do you think the easiest trade is?
Ooh, that's a tough one. What do you think it is?
Either insulation or painting.
Painters? Yeah, painting's pretty easy.
Well, but there is some finesse, dude.
There is.
And there's a lot of patience.
And I've actually just seen some like whole new finesse, like the way they feather that stuff in.
Yeah.
And like
you're
their
not a
colors and their bases and stuff. Like there's actually a science to it. And I didn't realize that until really recently. But I'm not saying I'm an expert painter. I actually hate painting. My mom painted my daughter's room. She's like, I'll do all the work. And then she didn't do all the work. I got sucked into some of that. And it's like, man, I hate this.
Yeah, but we're capable.
Yeah, capable
We
of
have
doing
to do
it. What about Finnish guys? They got it pretty easy. Nail trim on all day.
They gotta lift some pretty heavy metal doors at times.
Yeah, but most of them get the thing and then just wheel it up. And
Smart ones do. There's
yeah,
not a lot of those around.
no.
I mean, welders, like, they gotta deal with a lot of BS with like gas. And I've seen them hang like monkeys in really tight spaces, like in some like stainless steel tanks. So I give them some respect.
Yeah.
But yeah, roofers. I mean, that's just a lot of physical labor. I think like
bad.
which ones
Like I was saying earlier to Cole that I'm like, I don't think I've ever known somebody that said like, yeah, I've been roofing for 10 years. You make it 10 years, you're not the guy on the roof anymore. There's no way your body could handle that.
But it probably is one of the easiest mental capacity jobs is roofing. I feel like almost everybody and their brother could pick it up and
Yeah,
do
but that's where it's not mentally easy because like you know your job, but then your brother is putting shiners in the roof all over and he's just rubbing caulk over them. It's like, we gotta warranty this, bro. There's nails sticking out all over.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't see guys that stay roofing for 20 years. They're not up on the roof that long.
No.
It's like you said, it's hard on your body. It's like, yeah, taking a brand new Cadillac to a demolition derby, seeing how long it'll last.
Yeah.
You got to be built for that stuff.
Easy one. How about epoxy floor installers?
Dump it on the ground and walk away.
I didn't even think about that.
That's the easiest floor of them all.
Yeah.
Well, look at that. It's spreading out on its own. I'll be back in 20 to throw some paint chips on it and call it a day.
That's gotta be boring though.
Well, they do some pretty cool ones now. Like people are getting creative with it, and they do like the sprinkled colors and stuff, or like,
So they just take handfuls of glitter and just throw it in
Yeah.
there,
Yeah, like different pigments and stuff.
I guess. Maybe there's some finesse to it. Um, I can share a story in which I did a roofer's job, and it actually got our previous employer like a solidified
Really?
relationship with them.
Oh,
I was at
I think I know where it is. Then.
a large store that I'm trying not to
A
name
store?
drop.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say the other
And
one.
they had just done some roofing, and I was in the said store, and it was around 8 p.m. And I think we were doing like some IT conversion. I don't exactly remember why I was in there at 8,
Mhm.
but it was pouring rain outside, and they had not finished with the roof, and they did not tarp it adequately. And there was a stream, I kid you not, about 1 inch to like maybe a little bit bigger of solid water coming out of the ceiling, just pouring all over the bird seat. And like the manager was freaking out. And she called the roofing company and was like, can you guys come back here? And they're like, no, you're not going to see us till tomorrow. And like she was sending them pictures, and they're like, yeah, that's not our problem. Like we told you this could happen.
That's
So
terrible.
I grabbed, I took Johnny Boy up on the roof with me, and we took some squeegees and some Flex Seal. And he was like, he would squeegee it, and then I'd slap with a putty knife some Flex Seal like down in. And we ended up sealing it. The roofers were so mad the next day. They're like, oh, our roof isn't going to be level
Fucking
anymore.
Flex Seal.
Who puts that on the roof?
Billy Mays.
But
John was always good for doing the least electrical job. Like you're working with John, you're gonna be doing something. He made a guy clean a pool because they had nothing to do. So he's like, "Oh, go clean the pool." John, love him. He's awesome. I take inspiration from him sometimes. I'll have the guys like, "All right, go mow the lawn." Landscaping. We didn't touch on those. We
Yep.
got to do that too.
Yeah, we do. Well, especially with like the decorative lights and stuff.
Oh yeah, that
That's it.
too. I didn't even think of that. The fancy restaurant that we're doing right now, that stonework with all the RGB lights.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, landscapers are kind of a joke.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna lie.
Here's one I've never had to do. Masonry.
See, I've always heard there's a lot of skill in that.
We have to tend to them because they can't figure out how to put a pipe on top of another pipe.
Man, I gotta do some masonry work. I
You
don't
did,
find
or-
it that difficult. No, like I've just had to do it at my house,
Oh.
like, and I never found it that difficult. I think as long as you have common sense,
Yeah.
it's just methodology of like mix it right and like put the adequate amount on so that everything's the nice same seam across. Like to me, it's not a huge
Yeah, I
science.
could do it. I could definitely do it. I mean, I learned it in high
Well,
school.
I
too,
would
but,
assume
like,
so because you're a pretty intelligent dude, and I've seen some pretty stupid people doing masonry. So
Well, if you play with rocks all day, like I'm gonna work with rocks.
maybe that's why
Boom
we
to
became
my
a
house.
trade. They're
Why?
like, I didn't want to grow up ever. I just want to play with rocks my whole life.
Yeah.
And then people were like, oh, this actually looks nice. That's how that trade. How do
How
you
it
think
got
other
started?
trades started? That's an interesting concept.
A what trade?
How other trades got started. I mean, plumbing makes
All
sense.
scams. Hey, want to make some money? Let's go stack some rocks. Bet you if I mow that guy's lawn, he'll give me $20. Scam.
In all reality, like, I don't think that we could do our job if we like didn't learn other trades. So
Yeah.
as much as it like, I think sets
Well,
us
and I think it
apart.
makes our job easier too. If I
Yeah.
understand how this trade, all the aspects of their job and how this is going to go for them, and we work side by side with them, so we see it happen.
Yep.
But they don't see what happens in our cabinets. They don't see X0.1 is 24 volts. They don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and I think you bring up a valid point. Like, what we do is so intricate at times that like an outsider looking in is never gonna comprehend like what we're doing.
Oh yeah, like the
Where-
behind the scenes.
If I'm watching somebody frame a wall, if I watch them for like 20 minutes, I'm kind of starting to grasp the concept of like, oh, you're pre-measuring this, and this is how you're identifying like how high to cut all of these pieces of wood now. Like, I think that that's what really does kind of set us apart, because most trades you can just watch them and understand. Like even plumbing, like
Yeah.
oh,
You can
there's a slight pitch to it, and like oh, it seems like it's gradually going over.
you can copy it, but how are you gonna copy a PLC? Well, you know,
Yeah.
now I'm getting really heavy into my background, you know, PLC
Well, yeah,
stuff.
how is somebody just gonna walk up and is like, "Oh, I watched you zip through the programming on that. I understood the whole computer language and how you how you wrote that." No,
no,
people aren't gonna walk into that. Like,
no.
if I watch how you cut and thread something, and like as a steam fitter, I'm gonna start to comprehend how you're
Yeah, I
doing
can
it.
see you put your chamfer on the two edges and tape the end shut, fill it with gas, and start
Yeah, I
welding.
never like, and it even like think about how far robotics and like everything else is coming now. Like we're just gonna become more and more valuable. Like
Mhm.
even when other people get replaced, like I had just joked around with you before this about when they come out with an electrician robot, I'm gonna buy one.
Yeah.
And like somebody's still gonna have to repair that.
hmm
Somebody's still gonna have to understand on how to do the updates, how to add like when attachments come to it, like how to integrate it, how to like do anything to that robot. You have to have an understanding of electricity.
Yeah. Well, and like our trade is so wide, covers so many different things, you know, that for me, that's one of the things that I love about it is that I have so many places that I can take this. I could be pools, you know, commercial houses, but then there's like all the specialty stuff. Guy in my apprenticeship's got a really cool thing. He's an electrician, but they pretty much strictly do emergency broadcast systems, um, telephone systems. You know, that'd be cool. Highline. Well, I mean, we're not linemen.
It's within our
I
trade
mean,
and industry.
yeah,
That's I mean, like medium voltage, like
they get mad when we touch it, but
it's because they're pussies.
I don't know.
They can't
Dude.
do what we do.
I don't know, dude. The guy 30 feet up in a bucket truck and lightning's flying all around him, and he's next to 70,000 volts. He's got some stones. I got to give him that.
That or he's just lacking brain cells.
That could be. That's
Couldn't make
what
it as
is.
an electrician, he went as a lineman.
Yeah, you don't have to. What is it?
Dude, I can't.
If you're
Okay,
not
so
smart,
like,
just be tough.
I actually really like linemen because they work closely with us, but
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many of them, like, when they aren't a top tier guy, and I've been on an emergency call,
hmm
and they come out and they don't even know how to read a meter, and they're running a truck, and I'm like, how is this okay? Like, how is this? Their protocol is even to check like live dead live test it and make sure that there's a resistance. And like I can specifically remember like one time that I was load testing it because I had this kit where I could put 20 amps on the circuit and I could show them like it's your transformer. Every time a load gets applied to this,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is that one irks me sometimes when like we actually just had it quite recently where an electrician told the power company, "Hey, the issue is in the meter," and they said, "No, our meter's fine. We
Yep.
see 240 there," and it's like, you're calling me a liar? Like I am telling you it's in there, and we finally got him out there, and he's like, you know, he kind of had the attitude like, well, whatever, this ain't gonna be any of our problem. And as soon as he started cut the tag and started to pull the glass, you could hear inside of there, and it was like his face instantly changed from, oh, okay, you're not a liar, you know. And it was like,
yeah, I hate
told you,
that.
man.
And then they like we have this complex, but then they really have a complex sometimes when they get on set like, oh, you gotta stay away from my stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't even understand half your stuff. Like, if we started going through the electrical theory right now,
Yeah.
you wouldn't even be able to describe things to me. And
I wonder how much they actually know though, because a lot of that stuff all gets, you know,
I
done
think-
from a guy at a desk with a computer calculating this needs to be this size. Like how much of their own calculations and stuff did they even do? They just get the poles and stuff and put them together.
I know.
They don't do
I
the
don't wanna
mathing on it.
no. They don't even seem to fully comprehend.
Well,
'Cause,
we
like,
can't apologize yet. You're getting ready to say that you didn't want to diss him or something. We're
no,
still
well,
dissing.
no. I'll still take some cracks at them. They're closely aligned with us, and there's some good ones out there.
Yeah.
That's all I
Yeah,
wanna
but
say.
that's like an apology. Save that for the end. when nobody can get mad at us.
I'm not good at dissing people because, like, it's not really in my nature. It's
Yeah.
not.
Same.
I'm not. But I had to take some cracks because I'm seeing they fire at us all over social media. So it's about time that we fight back.
Yeah. It's
We do
you know,
what a
and
broom
I have a
is.
better understanding of it now. It's they look up to us.
They're jealous. They want to be just like us.
You know those shirts that say like because so and so needs heroes too?
Yeah.
It's because other trades need heroes too,
Yeah.
They gotta look up to us.
I suppose they gotta have somebody to look up
You
to.
can't get mad at the little kid for being like, wow, you're so cool.
Yeah.
So or
That's
relying on us, And this conversation has opened my eyes,
Yeah.
that they just
opened mine
look
too.
up to us and that's okay. No, in
I
all
really feel like they
seriousness,
would like starve without it. Like job site just wouldn't go.
well, that's just how another electrician's born. Like
Somebody finally decides to put their big boy pants on and
Yeah,
join the crew. Yeah, so if you really, really, really want to actually mean something in the trades, you should become an electrician.
if you want to be the coolest trade, come be an electrician.
It's not even the coolest, the best.
The best.
Yeah, it's the most versatile, the most intelligent, the most skilled.
Skilled.
Yes, agree with him.
Oh, yeah.
Best looking.
Best looking.
Yeah, you can't look good at all if you work in any other trade.
Smart. Strong. Handsome. Yeah.
Any synonym for great. That's what we are.
Words of Ricky Bobby.
No,
No.
go for it. Fire.
We wake up in the morning, we piss excellence.
Yeah,
It's just how it goes.
you're right. I have heard that one.
Yeah.
I just wanted to hear you say it.
In all seriousness, I do appreciate all the other trades. And I can't do any of their jobs as good as they do.
No.
I thought I was going to do really good at concrete a couple weeks ago, and it actually turned out kind of crappy. So, but I still did it. It's going to hold. It's not, it's just a light pole, so who cares? But
there is something to be said about doing a simple task over and over and over again. You get really good at it.
you're just going right back. He's stuck on the diss, and I thought we were going to end on a happy note.
We are. I have a lot of respect for him, and like, we definitely can't do everything as great as all the other trades. Like, I can't plumb like a plumber, can't paint like a painter, I can't insulate like an insulator. Can't frame like a framer. I mean, you saw, framed out that whole thing in the warehouse. That didn't look like a framer did that. There's some unlevel spots. It's probably stronger than any of you guys would have done.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looked like a logger built it. He had too much wood, and he. Oh,
that's what happens when you actually know how to use math.
Can we go like tear down his thing and build him a log cabin in the shop? That'd be so cool, though. Little log cabin in the middle of our warehouse.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But then I'd have to get him a little Red Riding Hood suit.
Mm-hmm. That won't be that hard.
He'd probably willingly wear it.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, I hope you see this.
Hey, Dave.
And you would look good in a Red Riding Hood suit. Our Christmas party is actually coming up tomorrow, so I think maybe that might need to get purchased.
I already have one.
Yeah, you do. You were a Powerpuff Girl.
Oh, Little Red Riding Hood. I got all the costumes.
Yeah. Tell me what other trade is going to have enough confidence to wear a Powerpuff Girl suit. Yeah, none.
Yeah. You could tell who's at our company who's been doing it long enough that they got their confidence now. They're like, dude, nothing phases me. Because, like, we were trying to get that third Powerpuff Girl, and some of them were like, And
Dude,
then
I actually would have joined you had I not been already like,
but you already had a couples thing planned, so that made sense. But
could have been the fourth one. Made a random one, like a yellow one.
Oh, yeah. That's a thing. Bring back the Powerpuff Girls, make one an electrician.
One
Actually,
is.
they're all electricians. At least I was the
Were you about to say the hot
the
one?
tough one. No, that was a tough one.
Yeah.
Have you ever worn a dress?
I actually don't think I have.
Give it a try one time. And like not just
Is
in
it
the
like-
house.
Is it like free?
It's
spring?
freaking weird, dude.
Uh,
Going out to my
Don't know.
car, I felt like I was gonna get arrested for
I don't know how we went from,
public
like-
indecency. Yeah, we're cutting this part out, right? Like I am not admitting to how many thousands of people that I wore a dress on. I mean, I have self-confidence, but
He
I
looked
don't
pretty
know.
good in the dress.
I look good in anything, dude.
I mean, if I was single and worked as like a carpenter, I might be interested. I hear they swing that way.
Yeah, and they spend like $300 on a hammer. It's the same freaking thing. They got duped into that one.
I don't know, dude.
Stiletto?
Think about the people in our company. What they spend on some really dumb tools. Mark. Sorry, name drop
Damn,
like
now
that.
we're just dissing ourselves here, dude. He's just out for blood.
Logan did say that this
Everyone.
morning at the gym. He
What?
was
That
like,
you were out for blood?
yeah. So I gotta assume that that's probably the case.
Yeah, we do. We check each other even too, don't we?
Yeah. It's okay. It's a constant. It's a circle of alphas. It's the only way it's gotta be. We're all fighting for the top.
So words for other electricians. Maybe just have a little pity on the other guys, you know?
Yeah.
It's not their fault.
They're not as talented. It's okay.
You don't have to snap at them. We're trying to end the feud between all the other trades by dissing them.
When people act out, you gotta correct them a little bit. So they've been acting out for too long. It's about time we fight back. With that, any closing statements, Zach?
I don't know if I can do it right. Everything ended up fine.
And we will close. Thanks for listening to the Here For You podcast. I'm Matt, and that is Zach, and he's always sure.